I did love this performance. I found it really, really charming and really magical. Hey there, theatre addicts. My name is Danielle Benson. I am standing outside the Stanley Industrial Theatre of the Arts Club, and I have just seen Beauty and the Beast. I was a little bit nervous to see the show, to be honest. I'm not a huge musicals person. They're not my favorite genre. And I did grow up on Disney's Beauty and the Beast, and I was really concerned that I wasn't going to live up to my childhood memories, because, you know, what does? And yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised. This isn't, I mean, it is very much a show for children, and they will love it, but it's not one of those shows where you feel dragged to as an adult. It is super high quality, high production standards. The acting is extremely good. The singing is really good. Overall, wow, what an amazing production. I was just taken away by the magic of it, and it's one of those shows where, as an adult, you are going to appreciate it. Yes, there are some raunchy jokes, but it's not one of those double humors where, like, you know, double levels of humor where kids aren't going to get it and the adults are. It's, you know, it's the same puns from the movie, and but it's magical, and the wolves were a really pleasant surprise. There was a lot of beautiful, amazing dancing. That ensemble is really strong. Some fantastic dance. I love the wolves. They were extra special. It's interesting, you know, every time there's a different ensemble, this is very much an ensemble piece, and every time there's a different ensemble, a different version of the production, you end up rooting for different characters, which I find extremely interesting. Yeah, I was really surprised. I wasn't expecting to like Gaston as much as I really did. He was amazing. Obviously, in the cartoon, he's rather revolting, but this actor was just so charming. Very camp, but just absolutely charming. And, you know, you're supposed to hate him, but just one of those villains that I absolutely adored. So that was fantastic. Nice surprise. Special shout outs to Belle the Beast, Mrs. Potts, Lumiere. They were amazing. Some of the characters are quite different from what you remember if you grew up on the Disney movie like I did. The father character was slightly different, but I thought worked really well, especially you know, given what you can do with non-animated characters. One thing that I found really annoying was Cogsworth's costume was highly reflective, and you kept getting, like, the reflection of the light in your eye every now and again, and I feel like that could have been dealt with better than it was. I mean, considering how elaborate and well thought out the costumes and sets were, they were very magical. I feel like someone should have anticipated that and maybe made it less reflective, because that was kind of annoying. Yes, the storyline is just as simple and superficial as you remember. They did try with some of the characters to fill them out a little bit more, and they did succeed. I felt like some of the characters had more life to them, especially Belle, actually. I felt had a lot more character than the Disney version, the original cartoon Disney version. But, you know, there's only so much you can do with the base story. This is the Disney version of Beauty and the Beast, so you have to stay reasonably close to the source material. This is a show I would absolutely recommend for adults or children, especially adults with children. Please take your kids. It's not scary at all. It's less scary than the movie, that was also a little bit disappointing. I mean, they put a lot of effort into making it really magical, but the fight scenes were beautiful, very comedic. The Beast was more comedic than scary, and I think probably the scariest part was the wolves, and they were just adorable. So yeah, not something you have to worry about the kids being scared of at all. I'm sure they took that into account, and that's why they made it so accessible, so that children of every age can come. But it is really high production standards, gorgeous acting, and some surprising new relationships that I feel I have to some of the characters that I didn't feel like I related to before. So I learned something new, and that's really all I ever want from the theater. I learned something, I felt something, and I was definitely transported. I would highly recommend Beauty and the Beast by the Arts Club at the Stanley Alliance Theatre. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you have any opinions about Beauty and the Beast, if you grew up watching the movie, if you've seen this production, if you've seen other productions. There are other movies out there now, I believe. Please comment below. Tell me what you think. Let's have a nice, lovely argument about Stockholm Syndrome and and sexism and two-dimensional characters. Let's get into that. And don't forget to check the Theatre Addicts homepage for upcoming shows in Vancouver and in the surrounding area. I will see you next time.